How does the fact that race is a social construct affect people in their everyday lives? Let's take a closer look at Takeo Ozawa and Bhagat Singh Thine's applications for U.S. citizenship in the 1920s as an example. In 1922, Takeo Ozawa, who was born in Japan, but who had lived in the U.S. for 20 years, applied for citizenship. He was denied citizenship on the grounds that he was not, quote, white. The court held that white only applied to the Caucasian race. The term Caucasian was coined by the scientist Johann Friedrich Blumenbach about 150 years earlier. Blumenbach classified humans into 5 races: American, Ethiopian, Mongolian, Malayan, and Caucasian. And Caucasian included white people, or all people of European descent, because of the theory that the first humans originated in the region of the Caucasus Mountains in Russia and Georgia. Now, even in the 1920s, Blumenbach's 5 racial classifications were understood as outdated. But as we have seen in the case of Takeo Ozawa, the term Caucasian continued to be used in official court proceedings. The term is still widely used today. In 1923, a year after Takeo Ozawa's case, Bhagat Singh Thine applied for citizenship. His application was based on the fact that modern anthropological science classified him, an Indian Sikh, as a member of the Caucasian race. However, the Supreme Court ruled that the anthropological classification of Indians as Caucasian was irrelevant because the average American wouldn't consider Thine to be a member of the Caucasian race. This decision flies in the face of the reasoning the Supreme Court used in the Dred Scott case that took place about 60 years earlier. In 1857, Dred Scott, an enslaved African-American man, filed a lawsuit to gain freedom for himself and his family. In this case, the Supreme Court relied on the scientific views of polygenism, which believed there to be separate human species, and not the monogenous views, or the idea that there was one human species, of the common U.S. citizen. Using polygenism, it supported the idea that Dred Scott was not human, and therefore had, in Chief Justice's words, no rights that a white man was bound to respect. These cases reveal the contradictions in how human races are defined and how society heavily influences these definitions too. Despite being based on subjective criteria that continues to change, these social constructions of race are used to make decisions about people's lives and livelihoods. Today, science has disproved the idea that humans have biological races, and our views of race are a social construct, and that racism stems from this belief. Yet false racial beliefs continue to have a similar effect on the everyday lives of people.